But I mean, if you are looking to discredit something to placate your lifestyle now, that's your issue. That's something separate.
Yeah.
But there's a lot of literature around, what health is and what's actually nutritious for you now.
Step number one. It is step number one. At least just take it serious. And I feel sorry for, people who don't have like the basic, like a foundation down when it comes to what should they eat, right? And that's why, like, even I have the Grow Daily platform right now. Start with the basics, man. What makes you feel a certain type of way, and what do you have access to? But number one, like, what do you like? What's good, beautiful people, and welcome to the Grow Daily podcast. If you have not done so already, be sure to follow me on Instagram, _Grow Daily, and follow me on Apple as well as Spotify, the Grow Daily podcast. Check my website for different merch and upcoming events at Big Bertha, growdailyfitness.com. Peace. Welcome to the Grow Daily podcast. I'm here today with my guy Cour here at Come Through Tulsa. Today we are having a conversation. This is very impromptu, so just bear with us as we communicate, converse with one another, just about life and about personal development. Cour, what's good, my guy?
Not much, bro. I bumped into you at work this morning when I was just popping in, and I didn't think it was going to turn into this little spur of the moment podcast, but I'm always ready.
For sure.
You got to get ready if you stay ready.
Okay. Oh, I'm sorry. Before we get going, let me shout out to Big Bertha. Big Bertha is a community space, right? Located right off LL Tisdale Grill Creek Expressway in North Tulsa, okay? To me, it's the North Tulsa, a Tulsa landmark. It's been for the last 4 years or so. Every Saturday from 9:30 to 11 o'clock, we meet up, we run, we walk, jog. We're grinding there. But it's all walks of life are welcome there, from athletes to former athletes. My mom has been to Big Bertha plenty of times after her YMCA class that she goes to every Saturday with Miss Kitty, Miss Brenda. Shout out to them. And my mom is 69 years old. So for those of you who say that you cannot make it to Big Bertha because of your age, whatever condition you're in, you can. All right. So just wanted to shout out to Big Bertha and the possibilities there. Anyways, back to the conversation. And I guess it's really leading me to my first question. Cour, why haven't you been to Big Bertha, man?
All right, so I've known Bertha for a while, and our relationship grew a little abusive. I would say for me. I'm making excuses.
Yeah. Okay.
Man, my bad. You got me on camera now, so I'm coming
for sure. You heard it
on the
here
spot
first.
like that.
Yeah, I love it. You know it's gonna talk noise, man.
I should have known.
Look, y'all, I don't know if y'all know Cour, but he is a fitness fanatic. All right, so I'm surprised he hasn't been there. I'm surprised this is not what he does.
Chill out. Don't act like I ain't ever been there. I've been out there like twice with you.
Oh, yeah, you're right. My bad. Oh, wait a second.
Man.
Oh, I'm tripping. I do have the photos to prove it as well. Dang, it's just been a minute, y'all.
I just don't like going.
Yeah.
I mean, after Big Bertha, I hadn't taken a nap. It ruined my whole day, bro.
I forgot about that.
Yeah.
When was that? Was that last year? Was that last year?
I hope it was a long time ago. I ain't trying to go back anytime soon. Man. But I will.
Say less, man. Yeah, last week we was out there. No, was it last week? 2 weeks ago we were there, and we were there on a Monday and on a Thursday. Yeah, Monday and Thursday, and it was the hardest week ever in my life at Big Bertha.
Y'all usually go on Saturday, though, right?
We usually go on Saturdays. So what it was is it was Dead Week for the high schoolers. So for those y'all don't know what Dead Week is, basically is a period every summer, right, where athletes, they're not allowed to train. Their coaches don't have any communication with them. And this is high school, middle school. Coaches don't have any communication with them. And basically it's like a week off for the coaches and for the athletes. Well, I wanted to open up Big Bertha to the athletes, for those who really haven't been getting any workings. We all know it's a majority of student athletes who skip summer pride for whatever reason, don't train for the season, which is kind of weird to me. So I opened it up for those who needed to get some work in and those who wanted some extra work. So Monday and Thursday we met up, and it was 5 hills. That's all we ran. 5 hills. I said that's all.
One is enough to knock me out, bro.
But we walked the first one, and but I was wanted to be a sprint. All right, so we're working on a little speed endurance. Wanted to be a sprint, and for those of y'all who don't know, Big Bertha is 90 yards long. It's steep, and it's 90 yards long. I measured it myself. Okay, so think about a 90-yard incline sprint. I don't think the treadmill goes up that high. Yeah, I don't think it does. But yeah, we did 5 on that Monday. No, we actually did. No lie. Let me be honest. We walked the first one on Monday. Walked the first one, and we ran 4, and had to kind of call it a day after that. Then on Thursday we ran it back. All right. For those who showed up on Monday, majority of everybody showed up on Thursday too, but we had some newcomers, and we did the same thing. But this time we ran the 5. We had a couple of people tap out, but it was definitely one for the books. We had about a 5-minute rest for the first 2, and then turned into a 8-minute rest, and the last 2 was like 9 minutes of rest, but we were full speed.
I know Big Bertha is a hill, but you kind of got me questioning it. You seem to have a little intimate relationship with Big Bertha. You sure it's just a hill or something?
It's my baby, man. I take care of the hill. I pick up the trash, man. I make sure people respect the hill. You got to respect the hill.
Very much committed to making sure people are on top of their health.
Yeah, for sure.
And their fitness. Okay.
For sure.
I bet. Yeah. That says a lot about you and your character. I mean, anybody that know you know how serious you take health and fitness.
Man, I try. All right. And even with, just talk about Big Bertha real quick. The reason why I'm there every week is to help spread the word that, fitness is available for everybody. You don't need a gym membership. You don't need to do it by yourself, right? So that's why I show up every Saturday consistently.
Okay.
Yeah. So we created community now. So even if I'm not there for whatever reason, like this weekend, I'm be going at a wedding, man. So I ain't gonna be there Saturday, but I'm gonna be there Friday. But there at this point in time, just from this commitment to the hill and to showing up now, regardless, someone will be there at this time, which I think is pretty cool.
All right, bet. I like that. I like how you you said you don't need a gym. It makes it so accessible to everybody else, and it's it's also something you don't have to do on your own because you build a sense of community around Big Bertha.
That's real.
Yeah, you doing the Lord's work out here.
Come on now, amen. So speaking of fitness, bro, so you're the only vegan that I know.
This nigga be throwing me under the bus.
Man, look, I know 2 solid vegans, man. Solid vegans. I'm talking about, no meat.
Yeah.
No cheese.
No dairy. No anything that's touched the animal. I don't do.
What about eggs?
I don't do eggs. I ain't ate eggs in 4 years.
You true vegan.
Well, I've been steering away from the word vegan. I say plant-based.
Okay.
Just because I still eat honey.
Okay.
And so, technically and ethically, vegans don't do honey. I don't think it doesn't harm bees to, cultivate honey.
Straight up.
So it's and I'm just hooked on it. So I've been doing honey for the past 4 years. The whole time I've been vegan, but other than that, no dairy, no eggs, no meat, no Worcestershire sauce.
Yeah.
It's made from sardines.
Really? Oh, it is.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah, you got to be real attentive when it comes to.
Ooh, that's real. So you're a true vegan.
Yeah. True-ish.
True-ish. You the only one, man.
In all the ways that matter, yeah.
Get your autograph. Yeah, right, exactly. I had a friend, my dog, he had went vegetarian, all right? So no meat, no cheese, no dairy for a full year, okay? A full year. But it was weird because he worked at a smoke shack. He worked at a barbecue joint.
Oh.
Right?
Oh.
So, and I think that's what turned him vegan for that year because he was just chopping meat, for so long. And, I think he got tired of smelling the beef, smelling the chicken, chopping the chicken. I mean, which I could assume you'd get mad at if you were doing something for 6 years. So, finally, year 7, he's like, man, I'm going vegan. Went vegan for that year. And then one day I caught him eating a burger.
It wasn't an Impossible Burger or something?
Nah, fam.
Oh.
Which made me question how long he had been vegan because he didn't tell me. But I'm pretty sure he had held it down for most of that time.
Oh, yeah.
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 I know a lot of people say they go vegan.
What made you bring that up?
I don't know. I was just thinking about
Oh,
the
okay,
vegan journey. It's hard, man. It's hard. That's why I brought it up. It's hard.
I mean, it can be. I mean, I feel like I had pretty solid reasons for going vegan in the first place. Essentially, it was, I don't like, the fact that you have billions of animals are killed every year just to feed us. I don't think it's ethical, for one. I don't think it's practical in the sense that humans weren't designed to eat meat in the first place.
Okay.
And I say that because, all the carnivores throughout nature, they have all the tools and equipment to naturally to eat meat.
Okay.
They got the sharp teeth, they got the claws, they got the short intestine, so all that decaying flesh isn't just sitting in their stomach for too long.
Okay.
And that's one of the distinct differences between carnivores as in animals and then humans. Our intestines are so much longer. Lions? What you mean? No, they built for that. Their intestines are short. And lions are meant to eat meat. And not only that, no other carnivore in nature has to cook their meat. They literally just eat it off of, scrape away the flesh, all the fur, eat it just how it is. They don't have to cure it. They don't have to clean it, process it, package it, preserve it.
Okay.
None of that. It's literally just, if it was meant to happen, it would be happening. You just go take a bite out the cow in the pasture. It'd literally be that simple.
I got a question now.
Go ahead.
All right, I hear what you're saying, but you're far removed, from protein. Well, not from animal protein, right?
Yeah.
But is there something in you that lights up? Is there something in you that, that's the word, that lights up, that is drawn to the smell of some barbecue chicken, some salmon, fresh out the oven, garlic butter?
Are you trying to tempt me to go?
No, I'm just asking a question, man. A burger, when you hear that, when that steak hit the pan, man, there's nothing in you. It's like, man, let me get some of that.
First of all, anything that hits a skillet with oil in it's gonna sizzle. So chill out. Do I ever get drawn back into? Essentially, no, because I know that the things that make meat smell good and seem appealing are seasonings. And what are seasonings? Plants.
Okay.
But I ain't gonna lie to you. Okay. I do miss pizza. That was my guilty pleasure.
Okay, say less.
I was heavy on Oreo McFlurries back in the day, but you can get a vegan Oreo McFlurry. Oreos are vegan, but I don't know if y'all knew that.
Okay.
And then chicken wings.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, that's really what I was.
Yeah.
That was my next food item that I was gonna.
Yeah,
bring up.
Even before I went vegan, I was very much on my health path.
Yeah.
And it's like you don't necessarily have to be the healthiest version of yourself as long as you're making healthier decisions.
Man. No, that's real.
It's always healthier over healthiest because it's like even there's always a conversation around what's really good for you.
Yeah.
And I was like, this works for me. It makes me feel better about myself when I know nothing had to die for my plate for me to eat.
Yeah.
So I was just like, it's just how I choose to live.
For sure. And I'm giving you a hard time. I be messing around with vegans all the time.
You ain't saying nothing ain't nobody ever said to me before.
Fact. You ain't lying. Cause I'm vegan too. I'm vegan too. Part-time vegan. I don't know if I can really be in that category, but some nights from 6 p.m. to about 9 p.m., man, all I'm doing is eating pasta. Okay. I started my garden, so even just the last night, the other night, man, I had my
always vegan.
with my sweet peppers and my tomatoes, man, my olive oil. So I'm part-time vegan.
I'm gonna shut up. I ain't gonna say nothing to that. You got it.
Say less, man.
Before I get mad.
But no, but you're right. I think sometimes that people really don't understand why they're doing something, and they don't stick to it, and really get themselves put themselves in a box, and they make it harder for themselves to have a relationship with food, a healthy relationship with food, and they overindulge or are too hard on themselves and get to a sense of depression just because they're committed to something they really, don't know why they're committing to it, and they don't stick to it for a certain amount of time, and they revert back and go hard and gain this weight, and it's more harmful than anything to when people don't have that understanding of healthier.
Yeah.
Not really so much the particular diet, but it's what are you eating and how's it make you feeling, and what else are you doing? What's your overall health looking like?
I feel like a lot of it is, people taking their actions, and applying like a sense of discipline to it. Like discipline, like anything else, I say anything you want to be good at, you have to practice, and discipline is one of those things that needs practice. You also need to give yourself grace because it's like we all had to start somewhere,
man.
And especially in our communities, there hasn't been a lot of conversation around what is actually nutritious,
Yeah,
and like what health is. We've been in a very progressive, like internet-driven society as these past 10 years or so.
Yep.
So that information is out there. But I mean, if you are looking to discredit something, to placate your lifestyle now, that's your issue. That's something separate.
Yeah.
But there's a lot of literature around what health is and what's actually nutritious for you now. So it's a journey.
It is a journey.
It's a journey, and everybody has their own process.
Facts.
But like any journey, it starts with the first step.
Yeah.
And as long as you're intentionally taking your health serious, sounds like a good first step to me.
Step number one. It is step number one. At least just take it serious. And I feel sorry for people who don't have like the basic, like a foundation down when it comes to what should they eat, right? And that's why, like, even I have the Grow Daily platform right now, and why I'm trying to communicate as much as possible the fact that, look, start with the basics, man. What makes you feel a certain type of way, and what do you have access to? But number one, like, what do you like, right?
Yeah.
And are you overindulging? I probably gave like 4 or 5 in a row, but just the basics of carbs, proteins, fats, and calories in, calories out, like stuff that should have been taught.
And fiber.
And fiber, for sure. Fiber is big.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, but there's so much information out there that's pushing people in a certain direction. That's what I was getting to.
Yeah.
Go vegan. Like, well, not to say that. But is it for I don't know if it's for everyone, but to say go vegan or die type stuff.
Oh yeah, nah.
It's crazy.
I
Protein only, like.
I mean, protein can be found anywhere, but I try to steer away from like the narrative that there's only one way to be healthy.
Yeah.
Because
for sure.
like I know there are people bigger, stronger that probably will live longer than me.
Yeah.
I feel great right now. I feel great, and that's what's more important to me.
Yeah.
So I understood what my relationship with food was. I understood what was, what benefited me and what didn't.
Yep.
And it was like after going vegan, just things cleared up a bit for me.
For sure.
For me. It's my experience.
That's real.
So
Appreciate that,
I try to keep all the judgment out because I don't think vegan might not be for everybody, especially because if you would have caught me, I've been vegan for 4 years. If you would have caught me like 7 years ago and told me I can't eat ribs no more, like, bro, get out of my face. I don't want to hear that. But,
I don't even like ribs.
I mean, it's your journey. Everybody got their own.
Yeah.
And there's enough judgment in the world. It ain't what you choose to do with your time is on you. Just don't be up in my ear. Like, don't come up in my ear telling me you vegan and I catch you eating ribs.
Yeah.
Ever. Part-time vegan. Don't say that.
See, judgment, man. I can't even be a part-time vegan, man.
Now I'm judging. I take back what I said. I redact that.
So cool, man. So, on the way over here, we were kind of talking about like what we was going to discuss, right? And we actually picked up your shirts on the way here.
Oh yeah.
Tell us about Concrest, man.
All right, bet I don't really got my elevator pitch together, but
You don't need it, man. Speak from the heart, man. Speak from the heart.
Nah, but essentially, it's a brand centered around community, health, culture, growth.
Yeah.
Ideally, when I first came up with the idea for it, it was a growth-centric brand. You know what I'm saying? If you know much about, symbolism and like the crescent moon, it's just like a crescent moon is, it's on its way to fulfillment.
Oh, okay.
You know what I'm saying? Okay. And it's like, in this moment, the thing that you should be striving for is growth.
I like that.
Greatness.
I like that.
It doesn't matter if you even necessarily get there.
Yeah.
But like just the pursuit.
Yeah.
The journey is what's more important. I heard a quote, and it was, the past is in your mind and the future is in your hands.
Okay.
And I didn't have time to put that along this sleeve, but I plan to. And essentially it is, the things in your past can only hold you back if you let them.
Right.
But you have everything you need to create a great future for yourself right now.
You do have everything. That's I think about scripture, right? God has given us everything we need, right here, right now. I don't even know if that's exact scripture. I'm sorry.
To be fruitful.
Right. But I agree 1,000%. I was listening to Gary Vee talk about, podcasts and vlogging, because that's something I've been heavy into within like this last year. Just, putting it out there, putting myself out there, because I'm working on my communication. I've gotten a lot better through communicating, and, I've been wanting to reach more people, but it's hard for me to reach people if I'm not putting myself out there.
Yeah.
Right? I can only reach a certain amount of people, and my goal is to expand, because I feel as if I have done my due diligence and my research and the information I've collected, I'm supposed to be giving it. But if I'm not putting myself out there, which I know, like, we're in a digital age, right?
Yeah.
Everybody's on social media. Everyone is on the internet as far as like receiving information. So it only makes sense for me to be here in public, communicating through video or whatever. But for so long, I wouldn't communicate through video because I didn't feel like I had, a good quality camera, a good quality camera. I didn't have the right setup. Yeah. So I was looking for these things when, this right here is like what Gary Vee he brought up. He said, man, the phones we have right now are, 20 times better than what they had when Billy Blanks was being rolled out on our elementary gym floor and we were doing a Tybo. The cameras look totally different now, and even something that we look at as low quality now, back then would have been, revolutionary. So, why wait? And I think just applying that why wait to our lives, and really just being around people who remind you that, look, you got it right now, is essential for growth.
Yeah, I know we were talking about when we went in to pick these shirts up.
Yeah.
I told you about a couple other things I wanted to do to the shirt, but what was more important to me in this moment was getting it done.
Yeah.
Because it's like, of course, this is a dope shirt. But I mean, there's so much more I could do with it.
Yeah.
But what I say all the time, done is better than perfect 99% of the time.
Man.
And as far as you feeling like you can't put yourself out there, I was like you feel like you needed to put yourself out there, and I was like, you already do that in your everyday life. You already living the kind of example you're trying to set, and you might not feel like you good enough, but it's not really your job to feel like you're doing good enough. It's if you inspiring other people, it's not your job to say I shouldn't be the one to inspire you.
That's real. Yeah.
So I feel like, bro, I wouldn't be sitting here with you right now if you wasn't doing your thing.
That's all right.
So I'm gonna give you your flowers while you're here.
I appreciate you, man. I appreciate you.
On top of that too, as far as like trying to build your brand out and everything, I think the better job you do about like cultivating a community and a culture around your brand, you won't even have to be the one that's in front of the camera. Because it's like as long as you set the blueprint for how you want to be perceived when you wear Grow Daily t-shirts, somebody else put that shirt on, they're going to exemplify the exact same thing that the message you're trying to put out there.
Cool.
Yeah.
Man, I feel that. I think I'm my hardest critic. Definitely my hardest critic.
We all are.
Just being inside my head, man, I got to do this, got to do this. And I've getting back into my meditation practice of, focus on my breath, just to be in the now and being okay with like what I'm doing now, but knowing that I can do something else, and I should be pushing, but being okay, not comfortable, right, but just okay, knowing that what I'm doing right now is helping somebody. I know that I'm helping somebody. Just getting back to reflecting on like what I've done for the day and thinking like, we got better, we grew today. Yeah, man, crazy.
I think what it's gonna take is I feel like it's a blessing to the fact that you have people that believe in you before you believe in you. Yeah. And people believing you puts you in spaces like this where you can continue to benefit people. And it's like, because we see it every day. Everybody else believes in you. And if it takes us believing in you for you to learn how to believe in yourself, by all means.
Okay, preaching.
Just don't take too much time. Come on. Yeah. We got plans for you.
That's real, man. No, and I appreciate that. And one of the things that you talking about the belief, right? All my life, I've had that, which I feel like it was a blessing because some people don't have that, and that's why, like even now, a lot of things that I do is because of that. Because I know I was blessed, so it's only right that I extend their blessing, I give it to other people because I don't know what else, what they're missing. You know what I'm saying? And I know for a fact that if I have it, I can't give it because like God's gonna take care of me. So, you know, I get a lot of free stuff time and time again. It don't even make no sense. I was always finding money growing up. I was finding 20s. I remember one time I found $200 outside my crib. I mean, I grew up in the hood, so it definitely was
that's a big deal.
It was some drug money. I'm pretty sure someone was salty. They couldn't re-up that day.
Boy.
Hey, look, hey, but my pops, man, look, my pops, he's so righteous, man. He made me turn it in. Made me turn it in. Because, you know, you get this like a 30-day window. So I turned that joint in. It was 30 days. Nobody claimed it.
Nobody going out there. Wait, you think a drug dealer going to the police station to pick up $20? Boy.
Yeah. So, you know, but for so long I've been receiving this free stuff, and I think it's generally because you know, one of the God's laws, right? What you give, you receive. What's it? The law of reciprocity. Is that what it is? Make sure I say it there right.
My understanding of that is from E.T. the hip hop preacher. He's like, your gift making a way for you.
Yeah, that's it. So, you know, I try not to really think about like me not having, and like it's my job to give. I have to give, and I receive. I keep giving. That's it. That's how it works. It don't stop. Don't stop, man.
My boy on his purpose.
Come on now, we trying. Oh man, so I guess. We got a few more minutes. All right.
How you want to wrap this up?
Man, how should we wrap this up for this first session? And also, shout out to King Spence, man. Y'all get plugged in with King Spence. Solid guy, man. One of the greatest individuals in Tulsa. All right. Always there.
Come through Tulsa.
Man, come through Tulsa, man. Shout out to this movement. And he's another person who gives and gives and gives, man. You can see the fruit of his labor. So shout out to King Spence, man. Just want to do a little plug.
Everything he do turn to gold, y'all.
And I'm telling you, turn to gold. So the brand, your podcast,
yeah.
right?
Yeah,
your
I got a podcast. I host a podcast with my brother Jalen. We got 10 episodes out right now. 10?
You said
I
9.
think 10 out.
Oh, okay.
Well, 9 out with the 10 dropping tomorrow.
Look at you.
But, you know, it's called I'm Growing Through It. It's a growth-centric podcast where we have, you know, conversations about what we feel like leads to a fruitful life.
Yeah.
Where you can make, you know, you can lead in your, we're two young black men, so we got to speak from, you know, a certain perspective and experience. But where you can lead your life, you know, with, you know, masculine leadership and integrity.
Okay.
To where, you know, it's like where you can be strong, but you're not overpowering.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because it's a thin line, it's a thin balance to walk. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, you know, pretty much a sense of, you know, preaching duality. It's like anytime we talk about, you know, a man's purpose, we try to steer away from the, you know, the Andrew Tates and the Fresh and Fit, red pill, masculinity talks, and we try to, you know, steer the conversation back to our responsibility of, you know,
we do have responsibility. I said we do have a responsibility.
Yeah, and it's truthfully, you know, it's giving me a lot of insight myself. You know, because you know we're speaking from experiences and everything, so we have to, you know, ruminate on a lot of our decisions, like on a day to day, and it kind of helps me like learn a bit more about what masculine leadership should look like. Yeah. Because I've had moments in my life where I've fallen short by my standards, and other people might, you know, really mess with how I handle something. I was like, well, I'll be feeling bad that I even let it get to that point sometimes. That's real. So, how you feel about, you know, leadership and its importance in life?
Man, so I give my quick spill on leadership, right? We're all leaders. Every single one of us has someone that is looking to us for guidance for whatever purpose we have, right, to fulfill. And by being a leader, we are not exempt from accountability, and we should embrace it because that's really what's going to help us be better people and serve the people that, you know, we're around or that we're leading more.
Serve the community in a sense.
Yeah, so we're all leaders, man, and we all have a responsibility to walk with integrity. And really, I think that's the main pillars of leadership: integrity, honesty, and accountability.
I'm gonna slip consideration in there too. That's just from
Yeah,
my
oh,
experience.
for sure.
Yeah.
That's major.
Do you feel like there are any misconceptions about leadership from your experiences?
That it looks one type of way. Yeah,
That it looks one type of way?
yeah. Leadership looks different.
I hear that.
Yeah. So, woo.
I would say I feel like a leader knows when to step down. I will say that. I would say that's a misconception. I feel like when people hear leadership, they were like, oh, this is the man that's at the front of the lines all the time.
Yeah.
I was like, hey, nah, sometimes if my boy is like you, anytime somebody comes to me for fitness advice, I was like, hey, man, I can tell you what I know, but if you really want to like get to the nitty gritty, I'm going to send you to Ike.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So it's like there's times when you need to put your ego aside and go with the best option, whether you're involved in it or not.
Yeah.
So that's just something I want to do.
Look, more conversations on leadership on the podcast.
I'm growing through it.
Available
Available on Apple Podcasts and Spotify. My boy also has a podcast.
Yep, the Grow Daily podcast available on on Spotify right now. Not on Apple right now.
You not on there?
No, not yet.
I'll help you sort that out later.
Appreciate you, man. But yeah, we'll tune in later. Once again, we'll see you at Big Bertha every Saturday, 9:30 to 11 a.m. If you're listening on Spotify, hit that follow, turn on your notifications for upcoming podcasts. Also, be sure to tune in on my Instagram, @_Grow Daily.
We have the I'm Growing Through It podcast available on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, pretty much anywhere you listen to podcasts. If you lock in with us, hit that follow, turn on notifications, and so you know when we're dropping another episode. You can find me at Cour.tv on Instagram. You can find the podcast on I'm Growing Through It .pod on Instagram as well. Can't wait to sit down and have a conversation with you.
Peace.
Peace.
What's good, beautiful people, and welcome to the Grow Daily Podcast. If you have not done so already, be sure to follow me on Instagram, @_Grow Daily, and follow me on Apple as well as Spotify, the Grow Daily Podcast. Check my website for different merch and upcoming events at Big Bertha, growdailyfitness.com. Peace.